And now let's cross over to London to Brendan O'Neill, who is the editor of Spiked Online. Brendan, the madness in Britain keeps on going. How are you, mate?
I'm good, thanks, Rowan. How's it going there?
We're good, but what on earth is Harry up to now? Come on. He's gone full woke, full lunacy. Tell us about it.
Prince Harry is just the wokest person around at the moment. He has become a complete eco-loon. His latest thing is to go droning on about the climate emergency, as we must now all refer to so-called climate change. And he says the world is on fire. This is, Greta Thunberg style language. It's also completely and utterly untrue. The world is not on fire. These are people who are supposed to believe in science and evidence, and yet they say things which are patently untrue. And then he says, imagine we are all raindrops, and if we do our part, we can help to put the fire out. I mean, this is pure mysticism. It sounds like he's a member of a fundamentalist cult, like he's been taken away by some strange end-of-the-world cult that wants human beings to self-flagellate for their sins. I think it demonstrates that the environmentalism is losing the plot. It's becoming a rich man's game, and I think it's being used to panic the rest of the population into changing their behaviour, and I think we should stand up to that.
Now, Brendan, I want to play you a little grab here. This is one in your backyard. A cafe in Lancashire has been told by police to stop displaying the Bible because verses from the Bible are somehow offensive. Just have a quick listen to this.
Police have told the owner of a Christian cafe in Blackpool to stop displaying Bible verses on a TV screen because it's offensive and a crime. Jamie Murray says he was shocked when officers from Lancashire Police visited his cafe last Monday and ordered him to stop displaying the Bible texts.
Just felt like a bit of an interrogation. They told me I was in breach of Section 5 of a public order offence by displaying material that could be deemed offensive to somebody.
Brendan, please explain.
It's terrifying. It's really terrifying. That case is from a few years ago in Blackpool, where a cafe was told to stop displaying Bible verses. But there have been numerous cases like this. A church in Norfolk in England was told to take down a poster saying that non-believers would go to hell, which is a core Christian belief, but they were not allowed to display that. The police went around to that church in Norfolk and told them to take it down. We've also seen Christian preachers being arrested in the streets on the grounds that they have said things that are homophobic, i.e. they have quoted from the Bible. And I think this really demonstrates where woke censorship ends up, because if we treat everything as offensive and if we crush any opinion that causes any form of offense to any person, then you will end up persecuting Christians, which is what's happening in this country. The police are now using their power to tell off Christians and in some cases to silence them. This is where censorship is going, and I think everyone should be worried about this.
And very, very briefly, just tell us quickly about Kira Bell, which people can read about on Spiked Online, which I urge them to go on to. But just in 30 seconds, the Kira Bell story.
Kira Bell is a young woman who was given puberty blockers when she was a teenager because she thought she wanted to become male. She changed her mind and she took the NHS to court and said that it shouldn't be prescribing puberty blockers to kids, and she won. And now you have to get the court's permission before you prescribe these experimental drugs. It's a great victory for common sense. I think we've got to stop giving puberty blockers to teenagers. It's such a cruel thing to do. We should allow them to grow up instead of pushing them towards the trans cult.
Brendan O'Neill from Spiked Online. Thanks as always, mate. See you soon.
Thanks, Ray. Cheers.